It's no longer speculation. We know it. We've seen the news. The WDF's announced it. Sky Sports and many other really credible outlets, the WDF being the one, as they've said, that Beau Greaves is not going back to defend the title this year. Beau Greaves is going to Ali Pali. Beau Greaves is going to be accepting a place on the PDC Pro Tour. Something a lot of us have been really looking forward to. Seeing how she's going to get on with life on the tour. This is a very exciting prospect. This is probably the most exciting prospect since Luke Littler coming onto the tour a couple of years ago when we were wondering how he's going to get on. Beau Greaves, a 42-time winner on the PDC Women's Series, 3-time WDF World Ladies Champion, twice a Challenge Tour champion this year, and in the last 12 months picking up 4 Development Tour titles. I'm not even going to try and name the titles that she's won on the WDF circuit because it'll be a very boring long video just sat here glorifying Beau Greaves for the next 2 hours with the amount of titles that she has picked up. We're going to concentrate on what the future may bring. What are the projections? How far can Beau Greaves go in the PDC? I'm seeing a lot of speculation suggesting she could be an outsider for the World Championship. Maybe so. That could be a good little dark horse this year. Certainly on the evidence of what we've seen when she goes up against those top players. The top 3 players in the world right now, Josh Rock beat him on the Pro Tour, averaging 102. Luke Humphries, the world number 1, we'll scrap that. World number 1, Luke Humphries, as things stand. UK Open, 10-7 on the main stage. Luke Littler, now we'll bring him in. Youth World Championship, very, very recent, averaged 105. Beat him in the semi-finals by 6 legs to 5. Beau Greaves can mix it up with the best players in the world. She's proven it over the last 12 months. These results aren't going back in time. These are over this season. So she can mix it and she can beat those real high performers in high quality games. This isn't like Josh Rock underperformed. It wasn't like Luke Littler didn't throw 107 average in that World Youth semi-final. Stuttering over words all over the place on this one, aren't we? But she can. She can also dominate games. We've seen it on the Super Series when she played Kevin Painter. Averaged 114 in one match there. So we know what she's got. We know what she's capable of. But how far can she go? Well, when we look at her 12-monthly average, it doesn't read as well as you'd think. Beau Greaves, in the last 12 months, is averaging 90.33. If we was to run the world rankings based on averages, that would put Beau Greaves world number 87, which, as we know, is not enough to keep a tour card. Top 64 will keep that card. So that's the position we're going to focus on in a minute. But I do think there's a lot that goes with this as well. Let's look at the side stories here. 90.3 average. However, she's won 85% of her matches this year. That means there's a lot of games of which she's not really being challenged to that really top level. So this is a very, very true reflection of average. Some of the players' averages that you look at on things like the Pro Tour or on the big stages might not be necessarily a true reflection because maybe they're losing more games, so they're not getting full completion of the matches, which means they're not having chances to miss doubles. Beau Greaves in some of these games is averaging people who average 40. And she may miss a few darts at a double, which brings down the average, because it's all about her. She's not going to have that game where someone goes out in 11 darts, 13 darts, and it gives you the chance to bolster up that average. So with that in mind, we think Beau's average will go up, and with natural progression and her game developing like it will do, playing on the Pro Tour week in, week out, her game is going to improve as well. So we expect that 90 average is going to go up. But how far does it need to go up in regards to her getting to the top 64? Because that's the first thing. We talk about Premier League, top 32, all these things. The first thing is, can she keep that card? 64 places. So let's take a look at the players in those 64 positions. First of all, Joe Hunt is currently positioned on the Pro Tour Order of Merit. This is all the Players' Championship events, 91.36 the average there. When we look at the 2-year ranking system, this is the Order of Merit, where the cards will be divvied out. The top 64 will keep. Stephen Burton currently positioned, averaging 89.23. Over the tour card race, this is as things stand with regards to all the money in and out and everything at the back end of this year. Matt Campbell occupies that position, 91.07. The 1-year ranking is Justin Hood at 90.90, and Lucas Venig is 64th position on the Players' Championship Order of Merit. So this is based on results, not the averages, 91.13. And the difference there between the results and the averages on that 64 position, 0.23. So we can say between 91 and 91.30 is where you need to be in the top 64, based on all the evidence of all the current positions and the averages of which they occupy at the moment. With that in mind, will Beau Greaves improve by 1 point? Absolutely. We've also got to take into account here a side story. Beau Greaves will play in the Women's World Match Play most likely. She'll play in the Women's Series still. Off the back of the Women's Series, there's a spot in the Grand Slam of Darts and the World Championships. This may be where that rule changes in time. Because Beau Greaves could qualify for both of those events. If she doesn't win a single game, that's still £20,000 per year. So that's £40,000 head start that Beau Greaves could have based on using the Women's Series and the Order of Merit there. That's providing she doesn't win a game at the World Championships or win a game at the Grand Slam of Darts. So big advantages there as well. So we may see a rule change when that one comes into play. Beau Greaves has beaten tour card holders regular this year when she's been getting tour card call-ups, when she played in the UK Open, beating the likes of Mickey Mantle, who just reached the semi-final at the time, not too long ago, at the Grand Slam of Darts. So she's got a lot of frank form in there to suggest she's had the good, steady progression. So top 64, inevitable. Top 32, how likely is that? Well, when we take a look at the sort of stats of players and the averages of those reaching the World Match Play, they are between 92 to 93.5. 93.5 is traditionally where you need to be to get in the top 32. I think Beau Greaves progresses to the stage of 93.5 within the next year. And she's getting this regular high level of darts competition and development in there as well as, like I said, she will have the average boosted by the fact other people won't be playing as well. Will she make the match play? I think that's far too soon. Beau Greaves will join the tour in January. She's got to make up a lot of money before then, which means she's going to need to get into European tours, and she's going to have to probably win Pro Tours or have deep runs in Europeans. Can she make the World Grand Prix? That's quite possible. We saw that with Nico Springer this year, but for Nico Springer to achieve that, he reached a European Tour final and won a European Tour. Can Beau Greaves go and repeat that? Absolutely she could. Is it likely? Probably not. So what do we see from Beau next year? We see her in the UK Open. We see her in the Masters. They're guaranteed. They're what you get off the back of having your tour card. I think we see her in the World Championships. I think we see her in the Grand Slam. That is minimum. It's coming from the Women's Series, because I think she'll get in them anyway, but the Women's Series will do that. She makes the top 64 of the Players' Championship finals. So we're going to see her in at least 5 major events, with the opportunity to get in the European Championships. That one's on a 1-year Order of Merit. There's a chance as well we'll see her in the European Championships. So I think we see her in a minimum of 5 events next year. The year after, 2027, I think that's when we start seeing her in the World Match Play, in the World Grand Prix, and becomes a regular on the telly. That's where I see her being. I also think Beau Greaves is going to be a player, the first female player to win a big ranking event, whether that starts with a Pro Tour, a European Tour, or a TV major. She's going to be the one to really break down that glass ceiling. And this is where I want to hand it over to you. You've looked at the numbers, you looked at the stats, you looked at the things, you've seen her play for the last few years. Down to the comment section you go, guys. Let me know how far Beau Greaves goes. Does she get in the top 64? Top 32, top 16. Is she a Premier League player? Right now, absolutely not. Do I want to see her in the Premier League? 100%. She would add so much value to the Premier League and make it real watchable fact. But let me know how far you think she's going to go in the comments, and hit your subscribe on the way down there, guys, because that bit of wall there is saved for a 100,000 subscriber plaque. Play your part. Hit that button. Catch you soon.